Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, August 21st, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, and MSTY. There were no trades yesterday, just FYI, so we will be covering where we stand heading into the remainder of the week. However, I did decide to have some additional coverage at the beginning. I'll start with some of my options plays and how it relates to the options spreadsheet that I usually cover over the weekend. And then I'll get into the newest fund of YieldMax. I believe it's TSMY for ticker symbol. The underlying is TSM. I'll show you how kind of these funds begin, where they start. So anyway, let's get to it. So yesterday, TSLL, slightly red day, still in the $10 range. So I decided to sell another put. Why the hell not? So I sold a 950 put with an expiration date of August 30th, which is the following Friday. Again, my cost basis is $10, so I try to sell a put for typically below that cost basis. So obviously 950 is just below, and I got $30 for that. So obviously, since TSLL is trading above my cost basis, I can still sell puts as long as it's pretty close. 950 is kind of the only decent spot to get some premium there, though. But since it's trading above $10, I said, why the hell not? I'll sell my last 100 shares are, off the shelf now. So I sold an $11 call on that. Expiration date, though, I chose this Friday, and I got $25 for that. And then last but not least, TNA. TNA was red. So I said, you know what? I already had a pending put that was expiring this Friday for $37. I said, that's the sweet spot. So guess what? I sold another put. I overlapped them. So I sold another put on TSL, strike price 37, expiration date next Friday, and I got $63 for that, okay? All right, so obviously there's the trade for that. But first, I'm going to show you on the spreadsheet how that ties in. So those three plays are right here, right? So how much did I make? Obviously, I'm showing $30, $25, and $63 in column M. And what do I do is, I show like how far out of the money. So at the time, like the TSLL, the first put, TSLL was at 1043. I sold a put for 950, and that's considered 8.92% out of the money. The TSLL call, since I sold for a strike price above, obviously the current price, I was 5.26% out of the money, and then the TNA put, I was 7.57% out of the money. So I left some wiggle room, even though I don't care if assignment happens. And more importantly, I'm yielding, for TSLL, I'm always yielding over 100% for the most part. The first put yielded me 115% on an annualized basis. The call yielded me 291% on an annualized basis. And TNA put yielded me 62% on an annualized basis. Again, it's good stuff, man. I've had a lot of fun doing options, and here's my total income for the month so far. August income at $732. You could see that destroys my June income of $627. That was my previous record. So I'm already, I'm on pace to make $1,000 this month in options income. I hope I do, but obviously I don't want to go too aggressive and screw up something. But anyway, I'll show you my wheel tab real quick. I apologize for those who are not interested in this, but for hopefully some are. So here is, the 400 shares that I got assigned, right? I got assigned all different strike prices, but the cost basis is 10. So you can see the pending calls, 10, 10, 11, 11, all expire this Friday. So we'll see what happens. If they all get assigned and called away, so be it. I'll start another wheel. In the meantime, I do have a put party going on. You're all welcome to it. But you see the $10 cost basis. I got a 950 put expiring this Friday, another 950 put expiring next Friday. If TSLL decides to go down today, I will add to the put party. If TSLL decides to go up today, I can't sell any more calls because I don't own any more shares to sell calls on. So that's unfortunate. And then you have TNA, we could talk about. I only have 100 shares of that. My cost basis on those, are $42. So I sold a call already at $42. That expires this Friday. We'll see how TNA ends up. Right now it's at 40.28. In the meantime, I'm adding to the put party because again, if this 42 doesn't get called away, then I keep the shares, right? If TNA closes below 42, I keep those shares. But in the meantime, I'm selling puts because I need to average down, right? Just in case. So if I get assigned at the 37, that's fine. Again, that'll lower my cost basis. But if I don't care. I'm collecting premium in the meantime. Hopefully that makes sense. But I just wanted to get into a little more options detail since we had it some time this morning. All right, so now if we go to TSMY, new fund, brand new fund. So since they just started, they have to start a position, right? So obviously this is it, right? So this is their beginning position. They had nothing there before in the holdings. So what do you do? Again, brand new fund. So they have money from somewhere, angel investors, someone, they have a starting point. Obviously they have their own money now, so maybe they don't need angel investors at this point. But either way, they have a starting bucket of money, since it wasn't on the market. I don't know if it was on the market yesterday. I assume not. It's probably going to be on the market today. But either way, this is the starting point. So what did they do? They did we'll start from the top. Okay, so obviously the execution date 8/20, the ticker is TSMY, and then the underlying is TSM. So what is that after that? So there's year, month, day. That is the expiration date. That's the expiration date of the synthetic. And then there's the strike price. Strike price is 170, right? So, and then you see a C in the middle. So that's a call. And then moving to the right, there's a B for buy. So they did a buy call, 145 contracts, and it cost them $12.36 per share. Okay. Next line, same date, same everything, except there's a P. P for put, right? And there's an SS, S for short sale. So obviously the top line, buy call, and then the second line, sell put. So this is making or creating the synthetic position. Same thing, 145 contracts, but this 984, that's a credit that they receive for selling the put. When you sell, you get a credit, you get money. When you buy, you're paying money. So that is the starter position. And then since they have 145 contracts, of course they're going to use that and they're going to sell calls, right? This is how they make their money, from the weekly calls. So same thing, there's an execution date, the tickers, blah, blah, blah. And then there's the dates. This expiration date, you'll notice, shows 8/30, August 30th. That's not this Friday, that's the following Friday. So they started their weekly calls expiring into next week. This is a 177.50 and then a 180. So 70 contracts plus 75, obviously that's the 145. So they used all of the contracts right away and they sold calls expiring into next Friday. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, this is how the fund begins. So we're used to these transactions, but I'm just showing you brand new funds, like what happens. Okay, so I wanted to show you real quick. So this is what TSM is. It says established in 1987, the world's first dedicated semiconductor, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I guess they're a good company. I have no idea, honestly. I just wanted to know what's their IV. Their implied volatility per bar chart shows 41%. Their historical volatility shows 54%. So that's pretty good. And then obviously if you go to the YieldMax website, they'll have a section for TSMY, TSMY, if that's what we're calling it, I don't know. And it'll show you, okay, when was it launched? Let's go over here, 8/20. What the heck is today? 8/21, so maybe it was available yesterday to buy. I have no idea. Sometimes it shows 8/20, but it was actually not available until the following day to buy. And then if you scroll down, there's not much here. There is not much, but there is holdings, right? So if you look at the outstanding holdings, we could hit download so we could take a better look and hit view. This is what they got, right? See those trades we just talked about? This is it. This is the positions that they started. So, right off the bat, you could see the market value, right? The shares, things like that. So this is the starting point. And obviously, look at the cash. There's cash in there. Someone put cash in there. Clearly, it's a new fund. They need cash. And there's a lot of cash in there. There's about 2 million, right? $2,496,703. They didn't even start a treasury position yet. I assume that'll happen in the coming days. So yeah, right now they have cash. That by the way works as the collateral. Of course, it's either in the cash or the treasuries, which is the collateral, because you do need collateral. And again, the top, you see the put, that's part of the synthetic. And then you see the other part of the synthetic, the second to bottom, with the 145 shares. So yeah, this is it. So this is the market value you see, and that obviously that adds up to the net asset value, which we all know. And that's it. It's the start of a brand new fund. So I just wanted to go over that. I know some of you are probably pissed off, shut the hell up. Let's get to the trades. But a lot of new people are watching too, and they don't really, maybe they don't understand like the funds. So this is why I did that. Okay. Let me close out of that and let's get to the fun part. Let's talk about the YieldMax funds. All right, where are we at here? Okay, TSLY. So, TSLY. TSLY has a 210 synthetic. TSLY has a 215 synthetic, right? And we said no trades. Their synthetic is expiring in 59 days, so they're in a good position, but we don't need to talk about it. We can go fast forward right to yesterday, where we show Tesla actually overall for the day went down 0.79%. TSLY only went down 0.5%. So TSLY did beat Tesla. Okay, good job. Now, as far as this week, what are we looking like here? Again, I want to zoom out. Some people want to see the annualized yield on the same page. I will do my best. There we go. So this is where we're currently standing. Lowest strike price first, 1,315 contracts, 225 strike, 1.76% out of the money. That, again, that was a 69%, yield at the time. That's what they went after. Same calculation that I do on my options. And then they have 30,648 contracts, 227.50 strike. This is 2.89% out of the money. 50, again, that was a yield that they went after of 53%. So there are 3 trading days left till expiration date. Right now, obviously, they're looking okay. But Tesla, as you know, Tesla could jump up, Tesla can jump down. So these are not safe. I mean, hopefully we'll win when all's said and done, but we kind of need the market to stay flat or go down if we want to win. All right, so outstanding shares. Yesterday was the 20th. Yeah, I did not update outstanding shares, but there was no update, so that's easy. If I could just copy, come on, Google. By the way, Google Sheets is the best. Microsoft, they want to charge you for just using the damn spreadsheet. Google Sheets, it's like, hey, here you go. I mean, you gotta love it. 30-day IV, 48%. Outstanding shares, 50,775,000. Unfortunately, as far as the weekly calls are concerned for the month, we have an overall loss of 13 million. So won't go any further on that detail. This is kind of like a meh face because right now, as we, where we stand, there's no reason to get excited. There's no reason to get sad. Let's just be quiet and let the market do what it does. Synthetic loss for the month, we know that was a lot, 183 million, but what can you do? Short call loss, 13 million. So overall, I mean, we're down. Taxable loss, 196 million. I got no estimate for you guys. So when it gets to that point, when there's actually no taxable income for the month, what are we going to yield? We are going to yield typically whatever the IV is. So just, you could do that for consideration. Obviously, the ROD estimator is all screwed up. Everything's all screwed up. And by the way, as far as house money is concerned, TSLY has paid out $24.97 from inception. However, since they had a reverse split, the historical data will reflect the reverse split. So technically they launched at 40.08. So they are still $15.11 away from actually, house money, which is far. But it's unfortunate because look what they paid. They did launch around $20. So if they didn't have the reverse split, this would be at 100%. So, oh well. All right, outstanding holdings. What do we got going here? Well, we got the puts in pink. We got the calls in orange. That's the synthetic. Again, that expires, way far away. And then in blue, you have, the weekly calls. But we got 3 trading days. Now, you see, obviously, the treasuries and the bond and the fund, whatever. This is what's going to happen to the TSMY. Obviously, they'll add these as they go. Why? Well, because this is the collateral. And why not? Why leave it in cash? You might as well earn interest on that money. So that's what makes these funds really good. They're earning money for you all different ways. All right, net asset value of TSLY is 713 mil. The NAV is 1404, and the trade price is 1402. So that's TSLY. All right, we'll move on to NVDY. So NVDY has a synthetic 116. This expires in 31 days. They could roll it now. They can make a lot of money because they are 9.7% away from the strike price. However, earnings date is 8/28, which clearly falls before the expiration date of that synthetic. So they should probably wait in case they have a bad earnings call. But time will tell. All right, so as far as yesterday, NVIDIA went down 2.12%, NVIDY went down 1.13%. So 2 for 2, baby. ETF defeated the underlying. Now, as far as, let's go to this right here, get the annualized in that little, oh man. Okay. So you'll notice I highlighted the date. This is so I do not forget to mention that, because I completely did not, I forgot for yesterday's video, it would have been even, more negative than what it was. But the expiration date of these calls, it's not this Friday. Remember they opened these last week and they chose the following Friday? Yeah. These actually expire on August 30th, which is the next Friday. So no, it's not 3 trading days. It is 8 trading days left. All right, so how are they doing? Oh, by the way, this 8/30 expiration date goes over earnings, okay? You heard that right. It goes over earnings. So last week when they sold these calls, they decided to go over earnings then. Why? I don't understand. Again, I'm not going to be as negative as yesterday's video, but I just don't understand. Wouldn't the implied volatility get higher and higher as you approach earnings? So that like if they sold a call this week into next week, maybe the premium would be a little juicier. I hate saying juicier, but a little greater. But I don't know. That's a question. I don't know the answer to that. But anyway, what is the status? So the lowest strike price of the 2 strike prices, 20,000 contracts, 124 strike, 2.55% in the money. Obviously, this one's in danger. This may cost us money. However, being that we do have 8 trading days, NVIDIA can come back down. So there, you could look at it both ways, of course. You could look at it, they're not expecting a good earnings call, so maybe this strike is in a good position. All right, so what about the other contracts, the other strike, 59,490 contracts, 130 strike, 2.16% out of the money. So, none of these are safe, but we don't know what's going to happen. All right, outstanding shares, no change. I was about to sneeze. All right, 30-day IV, 67%. Outstanding shares, 39,150,000. Unfortunately, NVIDY also does not have income for the weekly calls because, they lost. What can you do? So nothing further to mention. Yeah, down. That's really the only direction we can kind of root for at this point. 15 days until declaration date, by the way. All right, so as far as NVIDY is concerned, they do have some synthetic income, 13.2 mil. Short call loss though, 42 mil. So obviously net income is a debit. So if we just focus on the, oh no, I'm sorry. We can't even focus on anything because the total net income is a debit. So I have no estimate for you guys. So the ROD estimator is useless when they don't produce income. We obviously, you know that they are playing with house money from launch. You know, they paid back 100%. In fact, a penny more since, you know, in distribution since their launch price. I'm working on my own house money. I just need $7.29 per share to pay out, and then I'll be playing with house money myself based on my, you know, my cost basis. So, see this arrow? It was pointing to a bill. So, bye-bye a bill, no longer a bill. So why is it no longer a bill? What brought it down? Well, you know, NVIDIA went down. What can you do? If NVIDIA goes down, you know what goes down? The call, right? The call goes down. This 116 in orange, you know, this was much more valuable the day before, and then NVIDIA went down 2.12%. So see this buy call, you know, this went down, right? So, you know, what can you do? And then obviously, you know, these have the opposite effect. Obviously, the stock going down is good for the weeklies, but it's not good for, you know, both parts of the synthetic, which is why we are now pushed below the 1 billion total. But we are damn sure close enough. The net asset value is 995 mil. The NAV is 25.43 and the trade price is 25.44. So that's the NVIDIA update. Let's move on to Mr. Coney himself. All right, so Coney, you know, we've been yelling at you too. So maybe let's have a good day here. You got a synthetic. What do you got? You got a synthetic 210. All right, that expires in 31 days. You are 6% away from that. And then, of course, you know, we know about your synthetic stuff, but you got now a synthetic 200. This is 1.38% away. 31 days till expiration for both of these. So we'll see how those play out. Let's go to the August tab and see how we did for yesterday. Crypto, I believe it opened pretty green and then it just turned around and went red. But in the end, coin went down 3.53%. Coney went down 2.76%. So obviously, you know, not a great day. However, the ETF has defeated the underlying yet again. We are 3 for 3. So you can see, you know, when the underlying goes down, the ETF will go down as well, obviously, but not as much because they have calls that they sold. And when, you know, when the underlying goes down, they're going to win. Their calls cost much less to close out. All right, so let's go to the breakdown. Here we go. Zoom in a little. Damn it. No, we don't need the expiration date. We know the expiration date is 8/23. It's Friday. All right, so let's go to the details. Here we go. All right, how many strikes we got for Coney? We have 2 strike prices, 212.50 and 215. Let's start with 212.50. 15,950 contracts. 212.50 is 7.73% out of the money. That's pretty damn good for 3 trading days. Better than where we were. You can see the annualized yield to the right. Obviously, this is what they went after. And then you have the 3 rows below, rows 24, 25, 26, all have a 215 strike price. You know, the larger of the 2 positions. You know, this has what we got, 11, 16,000, about 17,000 contracts for this, and they are 9% out of the money. But so again, 3 trading days, not bad. We'll take it. But that was thanks to yesterday's dip. We kind of needed that. Outstanding shares, we got 150K increase. All right. Coney people showing up. Coney's on sale, you know. Many people would consider Coney on sale. It's in the $15 range. Forever, it's been above 20 or above. So the fact that it's been staying down here, people, you know, they consider that a buying opportunity. But to me, like every time it goes to a new price, it's just where it is, right? I don't consider anything really a discount unless you look at the underlying, and those, you know, those underlyings are believed to be bottomed out price-wise, okay? Outside of that, I mean, you can't really say, oh my God, it's on a discount. No, it's $15. That's just what the price is, right? And I can get into that in another video because I've been wanting to kind of explain that. All right, 30-day IV, 64%. Okay, not bad. Outstanding shares, 41,050,000. Income, yes, they have income. All right, first two did not. Luckily, Coney has some weekly call income, 14.8 mil. That comes to a distribution of 36 cents per share, daily income of 2 cents a day, daily yield 0.15%, annualize that 55%. Reaction, I did like a refresh. We kind of need a redo. Again, we had some negative videos, so I'm hoping to, maybe we can all get along now. Let's start over. All right, so if we look at the August income, synthetic is a loss, so let's focus on the short call income. Short call income is 14.8 mil, which comes to 36 cents a share. We talked about that. Run that through the estimate calculator. Hold on. 72 cents, 55% yield. Ew, right? We don't want to see that. Come on, man. But that's what it comes to. What can I do? All right, as far as house money, what do we got? Well, we're pretty much there, man. We're pretty much there. Wait, launch price. I thought we were closer, but looks like, yeah, we're 24 cents away. I'll have to double check the numbers, but I thought Coney was pretty damn close to the house money. All right, these are the holdings. Again, the synthetic, pink and orange, and then blue is the weeklies. Nothing to talk about. We have 3 trading days to go. So we'll just talk about net asset value, 649 mil. The NAV is 1582, trade price 1585. All right, Misty. Hi, Misty. How are you, Misty? All right, Misty has a synthetic 139. This expires in 59 days, so let it be, right? They are 3.82% away from the strike price, but again, let it be. All right, so how did Mr. do yesterday? Mr. went down. Mr. went down 1.23%. Misty went down 0.84%. So Misty went down less than Mr. did. So guess what? 4 for 4, baby. We did it. We beat the underlying. I know, small wins. We don't cry, but when we lose to the underlying, though, we only celebrate the wins. All right, so here we go. Let's zoom out here. Pain in the ass. Okay, let's get everything in one page here. So what do we got going on? So Misty has 3 strike prices. I'll start with the lowest, which is also the largest position, 29,750 contracts, 138 strike price. That currently is 3.22% out of the money. I need a sip of water. Okay, moving on. We jumped up 50 cents. We got it. What do we got? 1,275 contracts, 138.50 strike. That is 3.6% out of the money. And then we have 630 contracts, 140 strike. This is 4.72% out of the money. So, these are not safe, clearly, but at least they're out of the money. Outstanding holdings, nothing to report. No change. Come on, 30-day IV. We got to keep this high, 77%. I'd like it a little higher, but still 77% is really good. Outstanding shares, 18.8 mil. Total net income, 19.1 mil. That's a distribution of $1.02, a daily income of 7 cents a day, daily yield 0.29%. And it's all about this number. It's the annualized yield. What have you done for me lately? They are currently have an annualized yield on the weekly calls of 104%, which is good. It's very good. So yeah, I was trying to look for you can do it, but I couldn't find a fancy Google image for it. So we did we can do it. Get some pump. Let's get pumped up here. Let's make some money. Come on. As far as the payment information, synthetic loss, everyone's got a freaking synthetic loss. Short call income, we'll focus on 19.1 mil, which comes to $1.02. We talked about that, so we run that in the calculator, and we get 203 or 103% yield. Very, very good money. What is their house money situation? Well, $7.65 more cents, and they will have paid back essentially all of their original investment. And they're going to do it much faster than everyone else. And when they do, we may have to call them the GOATs. But until then, NVIDY is still the GOAT, even though I'm mad at them. All right, what do we got in holdings? Well, we got a put, we got a call, we got another call. We know what we got. The pink and orange synthetic, and then the blue, we got the calls. But we got 3 trading days. Let's let it be, and let's focus on the net asset value, 445 mil. The NAV is 23.71, and the trade price is 23.69. Okay, so that's the update on TSLY, NVIDY, CONY, MSTY. Everyone's favorite 4. If it's not your favorite 4, who is, right? We never talk about, should I stop covering a fund and add a new one? I actually haven't heard many requests. So does anyone think I should drop any one of these 4 and add a new one? If so, let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's move on to the pre-market. Let's see what we got going here. All right, so if we start scrolling, we got Tesla is red, slightly red. It's down 0.3%. Tesla's at 220. Tesla's always just hanging around, moves up, down, all around. Really, really fun stock to trade, on your own. TSLY, somehow TSLY is up. He said, screw you, I'm going up. I'm green. TSLY is up 0.21%, 1405. NVIDY, it is down 0.93%. It's at 126.07. NVDY is down to 0.28%. It's at 25.37. Coin is down 0.73%. It's at 195.81. CONY is also going to be down 0.32%. It's at 1580. MSTR is down 0.02%, essentially nothing, 133.66. Look at that. What the hell? MSTY is up 0.68%. It's at 23.85. All right, my options friend, TSLL. This is my favorite, right? If there ever was a company, I would, be what is it, sponsorship? Direction is it, because I love this ETF. I know there are other double leveraged funds of Tesla, but this one trades weekly, and the implied volatility and the options chart is amazing. Anyway, TSLL is down 0.67%. They are at $10.34. TNA, oh look, damn, TNA is green, up 1.07%. It's at 40.71. So what do I want to happen for TNA? So if TNA stays at 40 by Friday, guess what happens? My sold call at 42, I keep those shares. My sold put at 37, I get my collateral back. So both go unassigned if it stays between 42 and 37. Isn't that awesome? Options is freaking awesome, man. All right, AMDY, what do we got? Ooh, that hurts. It's down 2.36%. It's at 1450. AMZY, all right, let's get back to 20. We could do this. We are up 0.41%. It's at 1960. All right, last but not least, the troublemaker, the troublemaker of troublemakers, Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is at, it's below 60K. It's at 59,222. I think like their sweet spot, their steady spot is like the 60K range, it seems. It's hard to bust out of that. But either way, so that's the update. That's the pre-market. By the way, the pre-market, this is as of 5:43 a.m. as I'm recording this. Also a reminder, which I should probably do in the video, in the beginning, I'm sorry, is this is a premiere, which means it's pre-recorded. However, I do launch it live with live chat. That's just how it works. I launch it at 6:30 a.m. so people can join the chat and discuss either my video or discuss all random topics and not even pay attention to my video, because that's kind of what happens. But guess what, guys? I don't care. As long as you show up, I'm happy. I don't, if you ignore my video, it's all good. In the beginning, right, I didn't even talk about the holdings, right? So that most people will ignore that because they don't care what I do with options. They may not care about TSMY either. They may just care about the 4, and that's fine. But as long as you're here, I'm happy. All right, that being said, this is not financial advice. Duh. I'm not a financial advisor. Duh. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. I'm not as grouchy as I was yesterday. No reason to. There's no trades. So that's easy. Also, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It does go a long way. I am, well, for a few days now, I've been above the 15,000 subscriber mark. So I guess a small celebration. Yay. For that. And then hopefully, the next milestone will be 20,000 subscribers. Could you imagine 20,000 people subscribing to a channel of a guy who records on a phone in his garage while sweating his ass off? Well, no need to imagine, because that is here. So somehow that is a possibility. So again, very grateful for all the subscribers, all the listeners, all the watchers, all the likers, all the commenters. So, obviously it's been a hell of a journey, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I just try to keep everything current, relevant, and I want to talk about what people want to hear, right? Do people want to hear about these funds? That's why I asked it again. Obviously these are the 4 funds. These are the most popular funds. So to me, it makes sense to cover these 4. There's no one's close. I mean, AMSI's close, but they're not. They're not even they're not on the same level as these 4. And everything else is not even close to even AMSI. So, again, until they come out with some big name fund, it's going to be these 4, unless I hear an overall majority otherwise. So, but either way, let me know in the comments what you guys think about that, for real. All right. I did not even think of keyword. Honestly, I did not think of keyword. Yeah, we'll just keep it simple. Keyword today is no trades. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, all you have to do is go down in the comments and type no trades. So if you have an actual comment, just type no trades and then ask the question or mention the comment. All right. So that's it. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm sure this video is too long and I'm going to get complaints about it, but some people do like a long video. So, it goes both ways. But it is what it is. So it may take longer to upload. So let me just shut up now and get this moving. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow, where I'll be away. I'm on vacation, but I'll still be making these videos. Hopefully the internet behaves. All right. If it doesn't, that's why the video's late, just FYI. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great day, everyone. Later.